her lungs functioning with ease, able to filter the air and circulate it through her body, able to run without gasping, able to climb stairs with ease, able to dance with her beloved husband Charles, able to live life fully without the limitations of damaged lungs. She saw herself healed. She saw her lungs healed. She imaged it. She imagined it until her body conformed to the image she had imagined. What's your image? Do you see yourself limited, diseased, with limitations, without the ability to fulfill what it is you've been longing to accomplish? What are you imaging? Now, here's what I want to say to you. You are today everything you imaged up until today. Take that in. You are today everything you have imaged up until today. Today, you can change your image. If you're not happy with your image in your finances, in your health and well-being, in your relationships, in your vocation, the 4 key quadrants of all of our lives, if you're not happy with the images in those areas, change your image by changing your mind. You can change your mind. You can decide that I want to live my most expansive life. I no longer want to function out of an image of struggle, but I am choosing an image of ease and grace and flow and generosity and abundance and joy and happiness and contentment and pleasance and joy. What's wrong with a little joy? You can change your mind by changing your image. Begin now to decide, what image do you want in the area of your vocation? What image do you want in the area of health and well-being? What image do you want as it relates to time and money freedom? What image do you want as it relates to your relationships? All your people, like Joseph's people, don't want you to have a dream, can't imagine you being in charge. Get you some new relationships that can celebrate the person that God is calling you to imagine yourself being. As I prepare to close, I want to leave you with an affirmation. This comes from Charles Fillmore, the man who imagined his leg evening out with the other leg. Now, you know, one of the things my mentor said to us in a class recently, she said, what's really amazing is not that his leg grew. What's amazing is that it didn't keep growing. Come on, somebody. You see, there's a power within us that knows what perfection looks like, that knows what harmony and balance looks like for us. Here's the affirmation. I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to leave space for you to repeat after me. I am guided by infinite wisdom. I am prospered by divine love. I am successful in all I undertake. So here's the first part. I am guided by infinite wisdom. Say that. I am guided by infinite wisdom. I am prospered by divine love. I am prospered by divine love. I am successful in all I undertake. I am successful in all I undertake. Now say it with a smile. Let's say it again. I am guided by infinite wisdom. I am prospered by divine love. I am successful in all I undertake. You see, we have an option. How we image our lives. We can image our lives as being successful in all we undertake, or we can image our lives as being filled with more struggle. It's up to you. You get to choose. But the key question that we always get to ask ourselves is, what would I really, really love? What would I really love in the area of time and money freedom? What would I really love in my relationships? What would I really love in the arena of health and well-being? What would I really love in my vocation? Just as we can mold clay into any kind of structure that we can imagine, Our mind is just like that clay. It's moldable by the images that we repeatedly impress upon it, day in and day out. There are two great dreamers who dreamed big dreams. One was Dr. George Washington Carver. He dreamed of being able to help black farmers to have healthy crops and have healthy fields to grow those crops in. And in doing so, his dream empowered him to create hundreds of products with peanuts and the sweet potato, and to empower him to teach farmers, black farmers, how to rotate their crops to preserve the soil's nutrients and its value. He had a burning desire, and he imaged that. Madam C.J. Walker had a burning desire to stop being the wash lady, to move out of the plantations picking cotton. She decided that there had to be a way for her to find a way of empowering not only herself, but she wanted to empower other black women in the late 1800s. So Madam C.J. Walker created a product line for hair care for black women that included sulfur so that it could straighten black women's hair during a time where that was important. I want you to know that Madam C.J. Walker is in the Guinness Book of World Records as the first African-American millionaire. She created a multi-level marketing system so that hundreds, perhaps thousands of black women were able to have their own business, control their own destiny, long before Mary Kay was even born. Your burning desire is for you, and the time is now. Take the next right step. There are 5 burning desire points that I want to share with you. Number 1, does your burning desire bring you life? You see, when you think about it, it ought to quicken something in you. It ought to awaken something in you. When you think about this burning desire, this thing you've been imagining in your mind and in your heart. Number 2, does it align with your core values? Values like honesty and integrity, kindness and compassion, generosity. Is it aligned with the person that God is inviting you to become? Thirdly, will it cause you to grow? Here's the thing I know about any dream God gives you, it's going to cause you to grow. Perhaps Joseph was in prison so that he could grow a little bit of humility. Perhaps Joseph was in prison so that he could grow an awareness of what it meant to manage others, because he began to manage the prison. Will your dream cause you to grow? Number 4, does it require help from your higher power? If your dream can be done by you simply knowing what to do and how to do, then your dream isn't big enough. Because every dream that God gives is a dream that God wants to partner in. Every dream that God gives so that we can't see how it's going to be manifested. We have to trust in the who of our higher power, the who of God. And last but not least, does it include inherent good for others? You see, George Washington Carver's dream was about not only what he could invent, but how his inventions could help empower black farmers during his era. Madam C.J. Walker in the late 1800s wasn't just about her, but it was about how she could empower other black women to be able to control their own economic future and could see their own dreams manifest. Does your dream include inherent good for others? So here's what I've said to you today. Everything is a thought before it becomes a thing. Whatever you can do or dream, you can begin it. Boldness has magic, power, and genius in it. Your burning desire is for you, and the time is now. Take the next right step. And lastly, I gave you the 5 points for a burning desire, for checking it. Does it bring you life? Does it align with your core values? Will it cause you to grow? Does it require help from your higher power? Does it include inherent good for others? Take the next step. My prayer for each of you is that God will impress upon you, will put in your imagination a dream that stirs you, awakens you, and invites you to imagine the life and imagine the person that God is calling and longing for you to become. I love you, and there's nothing you can even imagine about doing about it. Make it a great one.